This is another raw review. This time it's gonna be of Transformers Earthrise Generations Skylynx Commander class. Let's start off. I'm reviewing Skylynx second after Starscream because if you've noticed in my reviews, I usually review the stuff that I like, the toys that I find interesting. Sometimes, if I don't find them interesting, they're usually what I have on hand. But Skylynx, I really love. He's easy to transform. He's big. Now he's kind of easy to find. So if if your kid is a fan of Transformers and they want him for Christmas, I'm sure you'll be able to get some kind of deal on him. I have them. This is my custom Skylynx. You could see I marked some panels here on the wing and also on the nose of this shuttle. I marked them. I usually do that so I could tell which one's the custom. And this one's my fidget Skylynx. I have one in storage. I don't have a Ziploc bag big enough for him. So I got a clear recycling bag, the kind that you use for cardboard, and I put him in there with all his stuffs. These are the stuffs that belong to my fidget bot, as well as his instructions. I put a label here. I got him for 65 at Target. Right now, Target this week, Target is having a sale that if you spend $50, you get $10 off. If you spend $100, you get 25 off. So now's a good time to go hunting for this big bird boy. Let's take a look at the box. I was doing some research before doing the review. I have him in base mode because that's the mode that I like the least and that I've never transformed him into. I did look at Bolt Matrix's review for this guy to turn him into base mode. So there he is. He's impressive, but he needs space to be displayed. And we have a cameo by Core Optimus Prime. This is my custom, as you can see. I've already I've panel lined his shoulders here. It's not noticeable on camera, but to the human eye, yes. And I also did like a panel here. Doesn't want to focus. All right, so I paneled here just to know that this is the Optimus custom. I have him here just to show, like, I'm sure in the Return of Optimus Prime, when Skylynx picks up Optimus to take he picks up the Quintesson, but I'm sure after Optimus gets revived, Skylynx has to transport him back to Earth. So you can see the size of Skylynx with Optimus, which is pretty good. I like that in the core class we're getting a lot of G1 guys like Starscream and Megatron that'll be compatible with Titan guys like Scorponok in the upcoming arc. You got the artwork here, which I really like. Credit should be given to the artist, but I don't know if Hasbro's ever going to do that. There's no signature or anything on the art. And the Lynx mode is my favorite mode. Meow. And then you have, I believe this is Dirge and Ramjet up here. Two figures that you'll probably never get. And over here you got, oh, better be careful. Over here you got Thrust, Target exclusive. looking at the shuttle mode, I mean the base mode, you could see here. There are two pieces here that come with Skylinks that you can use as turrets, but I'm keeping these in the bag along with his flame accessories, which were repurposed from Omega Supreme. Omega Supremes are dirtier, and these are less dirty. I think Omega's has like a lot of black in them. These little pieces that come with him, I like them. They're supposed to be his weapons or boosters, but they look like little arcs, like little shuttles. Like Metroplex's gun looks like a spaceship, and these guys look like little spaceships that would go with him. Like here's the front gun, the back engines. They were orange. They look like arcs. Well, my personal history with the character of Skylynx is minimal. I remember him from the cartoon, uh, the OG1 toy. I vaguely remember somebody I know having him, and it might have been just a shuttle. I do remember the gold on his on the side. The G1 has a sticker, and I also remember that his Autobot insignia is I think it's the only insignia that's surrounded by gold. It's red and gold. Most times it's silver or white. The backing, the Autobot symbol is red, backed by white or by silver. But a Skylynx is the only one who has gold. So that was memorable to me. Also, the fact that he was motorized, which I don't think Transformers nowadays should have motors because usually they end up dying, or the batteries in the toy end up like melting. Hasbro did get in touch with NASA so they'd be able to use the NASA logo on this guy and the Astro Squad guys that turned into a shuttle. And they named the shuttle the Magnificence. In the 80s, shuttles were all the rage. As a little kid, in 84, I was 10. So as a little kid, shuttles were awesome. I loved the space shuttle. Most of the time, I mean 99.9% of the time, shuttles were white and black. I was thinking with the Combiner Wars one to customize him into a realistic looking shuttle, but never got around to that. I don't know how he'd look. I think he might look worse, and the whole bottom of the shuttle would be black. Most famous shuttles would either be alone, they'd be a just a lone shuttle, they'd be on top of a 747, or they'd be with the propellant tank with the two boosters. So the shuttle was awesome in the 80s. It's a shame that she's out of commission now. Uh, the shuttle was way better than the rocket. I thought rockets were kind of dumb, even though we used them to get to the moon and stuff. But I don't know. It's just a long pipe thingy. That's why I don't like Omega Supreme that much. Him and his arm rocket. But I've yet to get the Siege Omega. I want it, but he's hard to find. Maybe he'll show up either in closeout stores or somewhere for Christmas. I did pre-order him off a Hasbro Post. From what I've heard from TFYOP, that's Transformers for your listening pleasure. They were talking about pre-orders in one of their videos, And they said that Hasbro posts, even if your pre-order gets delayed, they usually deliver. They won't do a Walmart or an Amazon and cancel your pre-order. I know a lot of people love Commander Modesty. Modesty. And there's also, I like the quote that he says, like in Call of the Primitives, where he's tells the rest of the primitives that are with him, like, if you guys um find yourselves at a crossroad to make a decision, just think, what would Skylynx do? And you will not go wrong.
Now, remember, before you do anything, think, is this what Skylynx would do in my position? And you will not go far wrong.
Everyone remembers stuff like that, but that's usually after years of repetition of watching the cartoon. When the cartoon came available, like on VHS and like online video, yeah, you could watch an episode as many times as you wanted and remember things. But back in the 80s, he was just a memorable toy, not a memorable character. And he's a good toy now. Base mode has these two little ramps with connectors for the bridge boys. You can also connect the bridge boy here. And you can connect another bridge boy here. Or board boy. This mode is a little dumb, but like I said before, if there's space on your display, you could have a whole bunch of MicroMasters working, like maybe loading the shuttle, ready the shuttle for launch, and all that. So basically, the Lynx mode is going to split here. The Sky mode just stays as a shuttle, but I'll show you what you have to do with the Lynx. Basically, the Lynx splits here in two. And you have to turn the, let me turn it back into the Lynx. You see this part with the ramp. Just put the ramp down, attach it. This is the bottom of the beast. This part, which you can, well, watch out, Lynx. You can put MicroMasters in here. Some of them might get stuck, but there's space. Optimus Prime won't fit in there, as you can see. Let me in! Let me in! So just close this. I guess to turn him into the base, you're gonna have to do the reverse. Wait, this doesn't go in. That. Oh, I guess that's how you gotta do it. Thought the door would close in on itself, but it doesn't. You just have to leave it open. And there you go. Then you bring these two parts down. And all you have to do to turn this guy back into Lynx is bring these down. The TF Wiki does mention that most of Skylynx's joints are ratcheted, which is cool. These mushroom pegs aren't, but most everything else is ratcheted. So we're going to turn him into Lynx. And then the one that's a Lynx will turn him into a platform. These parts come out like that. Turn this around. Give it the cat angle. What? Wow. Open this. Bring out the head. And close this. And meow, meow. I like cats. As a kid, I had a cat named Tron. The poor kitty, he died a long time ago. So you got the Lynx here. He has a mouth gun, just like Lynx, and it moves up. It moves separately from the lower jaw. Good kitty. So the shuttle, to turn the shuttle into Sky, you open the door here in the back. You pull out the tail. Make sure that there's clearance so you could close the door. The wings, let me hold on to this. You gotta be careful because the tail will want to open the door. So it has to be bent at an angle. There you go. Here's the tail. Tail has articulation side to side. When it was stored in the box, it was stored like that. One of the problems that I do have with the shuttle is that the wings don't like to attach. They disconnect easily. But since we're turning the shuttle into Sky, let's not worry about that now. This part, the front part of the shuttle, all you're going to do is pull it out and you get the neck. The neck joint, the first one behind the head has side to side, but the other three, they're jointed. I would expect this to like snap into place. Let's bring it up in the head like that, and all you have to do is open the mouth. In shuttle mode, if you pull out the head a little bit, you can open the mouth and it'll be like a shuttle with a mouth. The wings, with Combiner Wars Sky Lynx, they did a weird thing that the wings would like fold and then open up, but the joint doesn't allow the wing to go up like that. So you're not going to do that here. What you're going to do, this is another problem with Sky Lynx. These wings are kind of loose. Sometimes they don't want to stay in. So he's awesome. He needs a lot of pledge, but if you're not a customizer like me, you're gonna run into a lot of problems like this. So with the wings, what the box wants you to do, let's show a graphic on the box. The wings are gonna come up, and then you're gonna pull out the blue part. So wings up, then down like that, up and down, and then you're gonna pull out the blue parts like that, and then like this, as you can see. Then you got the little legs, little chicken legs down here. Let's pull them out. The shuttle wings are supposed to tab into these nubs here on the shuttle legs, on the chicken legs, but good luck. So you're going to separate the legs from the body, And then you're going to bring this joint here like that. You have to bend it so that it could support. Looks like, I'm ready to carry somebody. I'm going to get you where you need to go, Optimus Prime. So you're going to fold out the feet. The toes. And to have them stand up, you're going to have to give them some bow legs. Give her bow legs. This part of the tail will help to keep the robot standing. I don't know if you guys can see that. See? If you decide to perch I wouldn't recommend extending the legs more than this, because the center of gravity is more or less here. If the center of gravity is not here. So if you're like, let me straighten those legs so Skylynx can walk like a human, not like a bird. God. The ratchets help the legs stand up, which is impressive. Look at that. By Primus. That's amazing. I didn't think that would happen. So that's how you turn the shuttle into the bird. Now let's turn the bird into the shuttle. The pose that I used for Lynx is kind of like a cat, like watching his step, like he's gonna step on something, or he has a post-it note on the bottom of his paw. So we're gonna turn Sky into a shuttle. So how you do? Straighten this out, the neck, bring this down, make sure it's straight. Put everything in. The tail, you're gonna open the door like a dinosaur. Get on the floor. And then you're gonna put the tail in there. And then close the door. The legs. Winner, chicken dinner. Right, the legs don't want to go all the way in. It's not good. All right, there we go. And as we saw, gonna put the feet to predatory mode. And then fold them up. There's a space here, so that's where the toes are gonna go. Straightened legs. And bring this. See, this is loose. It probably that's probably why I deemed this one the custom, because of those loose legs. All right, this doesn't want to go in. There we go. And straighten that out. Then the wings, we're going to bring these down, fold these in. Down. down and in. Let's straighten this out. Now we have him in packaged mode. It was like that. That's how I have him in the bag, the recycling bag with the bottom half folded up like that. This is the hardest part. I don't think it's gonna happen on screen, but I'll try my best. You see these holes in the wings over here? And these tabs on the toes? You're supposed to bring them in and down like that. And they're supposed to they're supposed to hold. But good luck. That's the only problem I have with Skylynx. Might be something to do with this part of the leg. So yeah, that's the shuttle, more or less. The bottom of the wings has these wheels that you can roll out, and the nose of the shuttle has wheels. And if the wings would stay put, you could put the shuttle. This is frustrating. You could put the shuttle as landed. It's holding up, but I guess the weight of the shuttle is keeping the wings tabbed in. Then for the Lynx, what you're gonna do, just close the mouth. The head has a joint for up and down and side to side. Comb to side, comb to side. Then you're gonna open this, the lasers on the bottom. Then they're gonna bring the cat head, the Lynx in, and bring it down like that. Then you're gonna put the shoulders in. Oof, oof. And you're gonna fix it so that the legs tab into here. The front legs in here, the hind legs into there. See? There's a gap here. See this gap. So you're gonna bring it. Tab. There you go. And the tails are gonna come down here. They have wheels. And there's wheels here. Right. Nice block that you can throw at people. Don't throw your Skylynx at people. So here you have the base, and I don't know what this is called. I think it's a transportation base. Usually in the 80s, when the shuttle would be taken out on the base, the shuttle would be like this, be up, and then it'd be brought to the platform. But what you're gonna do, gonna fold these wings, the wheels in, and you're gonna hope that you get it right. There's a gap here, and there's the tab here. You can see this little piece of plastic sticking out. There's a gap here. So this is going to connect to this notch on the butt, and the front's going to connect to this so that they could tab together. The way it works is you're supposed to bring the bottom part in so that this and that tab will go into here in the back. See? So basically it's like, I'm going to catch that tab. And then you got to pull it forward and then bring it down. And there you got it. If you don't do that right, the bottom part's going to come off. Well, that's not as bad as this, but as you can see. When I first got my Lynx, that the shuttle and the base would not connect, and I was really upset. But as soon as someone explained on Instagram about that, I was like, oh, look, it tabs. Now shuttle and the base are complete. In the cartoon, he would fly around space to different worlds like this. It looks cool. Doesn't make any sense because this is just supposed to be to get the shuttle to the launch pad, but now it's like the shuttle is carrying more weight than it should. But I guess since it's one entity, I guess it's like you run around with your body because everything's attached. If your arms came attached and you had to like throw your arms over your shoulder and run, and then your arms would fall off your shoulder, that'd be inconvenient. So here we got Optimus with the shuttle. The core Optimus. He still can't ride inside, but he's grateful that Lynx brought him, helped bring him back to life. And here's I call this like the sassy shuttle mode. And just for kicks, is a Quint. This is my custom, the Quint that I have for customizing. I still have yet to panel line him, but there he is with Optimus Prime, bringing him back to life. Do I recommend this guy? No, I don't. Of course I do. The only problem with Lynx is his availability. I've mentioned before how big toys are difficult to get. That if you have the chance to get a big toy like a Titan class or Commander class, do it, because they only get expensive with time. Transformer Slag, Proto Man, he mentioned that also with big toys, you have to calculate shipping. Even if you did get Lynx at $80, someone's going to probably charge you $10, $15 to ship, as opposed to if you got them from like Hasbro Pulse or Target. Target has over $35 is free shipping. Hasbro Pulse has free shipping over $50. Big Bad Toy Store has $4.99 flat shipping. So if you can get him. He's awesome. I love him so much. He's an awesome display piece. I can't say enough about him. And That's it. um, I'm at a lack of words. Of course you are, old chap, because I am the greatest. That you are, Skyling. I'm Aries the Lady 3, and I'll see you later, carburetor. Bye.